What's going on, Canes fans? We are back with another interview at the Scoop on the U. Be running a solo one tonight since it's a little bit later. We got two West Coast guys, me and the other guest here holding it down. This is going to be a special guest, guys. A very, very special guest here. We've got 2023 athlete Collins Acheampong from Anaheim, California. How you doing, Collins?
I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man. Dude, so did I get your last name right?
Close.
What is it?
Acheampong.
Acheampong?
Yeah, Acheampong, yeah.
Okay. I hate butchering last names, bro.
No, you were close. I think you did a better job than most people would. So
Good. What's your current height and weight right now?
I'll say without shoes, I'm about 6'6", 250. Yeah.
Okay.
Last I checked, I was 254, but I just say the base is like 250 right now.
Yeah. Have you had your wingspan measured?
Yes.
What was that?
83 inches.
83. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw some pictures, dude. I mean, wow. Wow, your catch radius is nuts.
Yeah.
Have you had your vertical jump tested recently?
Well, I did a basketball one, which is a run invert, and that was a 43-inch run invert.
You say 43-inch?
Run invert, yeah.
At 6'7". Wow.
I mean, I don't know for standing, but I don't remember for the standing invert. Yeah.
It's still impressive though, man. That's impressive at your size, no doubt about it, dude.
Thank you.
So you haven't played football for a while. What position are you training for, or are you training for multiple positions?
I mean, I see myself as an athlete. I see myself as an athlete, and so with that, with my body type and then my skill set, I think I can play both the tight end spot and the defensive end spot very well. And it just comes down to what I'm looking for. My goal is to hopefully make it first round, and so whichever position will help me get there best is what I'm going to do.
Do you have a position that you're feeling more comfortable at currently?
I mean, I've played the defensive end my freshman year, so that's what I just naturally drift towards. And then, yeah.
And the freshman year was the last time you played football?
Yes, sir.
Okay, man. So it's been that long. So what other sports were you playing in the meantime? I know you played basketball, right?
Yeah, just basketball, yeah.
Just basketball. Okay. How do you feel basketball has helped you in football? With light feet, athleticism, that kind of stuff. Do you think it's helped you on the football field?
Oh yeah, definitely. Because so I learned both basketball and football about the same time. Like before then, I hadn't really been in an official any game at all. The only basketball I played before coming to America was like go to the park or go like anywhere, that kind of thing. Like you just go hanging out with your friends, playing with your friends. That's all I did. So coming to America was when I actually started learning how to play basketball. I thought I was good back then, but I was nowhere close. I wasn't close. But then I learned football and basketball about the same time. And so during COVID, when football went away, it's like basketball really shaped my athletic abilities with like reading plays. Like I became a defensive stopper. Like my freshman year I went from averaging about 2 points a game, and my sophomore year I went to 8 points, 8 rebounds, and we're playing Division I. Yeah. So it's like I really made a huge jump. So it's like I learned how to play just sports as a whole.
Yeah, makes sense. Where were you born?
I was born in Ghana, Cape Coast to be precise.
Okay. How long have you been in the States now?
I arrived in America July 2019. Yeah.
Okay. What made you want to get back into football? Was there something specific? Was it a talk with a coach, or was it something personal that you felt you wanted to do?
I mean, learning both sports, you get to have a favorite, and definitely football is my favorite. So it's like when it went away, it's like, okay, I always used to think about every now and then, like, oh, how I wish I was still playing, or if I was playing, I would have been here. Because I have this thing where it's like I can actually assess myself and my abilities and stack myself where I'm at. Like even right now that I'm not playing, I can still stack myself against players play right now, and I know like where I'm at right now. So it's like I knew how good I was, or I still would have been if I was playing, but I was just waiting for that opportunity. So it's like when the whole recruitment picked up, then it was like, oh wow, I can go back to playing football. So that's when it's like I just made up my mind. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what I love doing. Yeah.
That makes sense, man. Makes sense. So, who are some of the high school coaches that you got helping you out right now?
Right now I'll say it's just me and my basketball coach, I guess, because
Okay.
my old football coach is still in the picture, but he's just says as a resource, as when the coaches want to talk to someone. Yeah, but yeah.
Do any work with any trainers?
Yes.
Who's your trainer?
Coach Odell Harrington. He's my defensive trainer right now. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've actually heard of him before. Yes, yes. Now, you personally, like you said, you wouldn't mind playing on both sides in college.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same way through high school as through college. Then with you, you want to play on both sides in college too, or do you want to focus on one spot in college?
I think with how far behind I am in terms of the sport, I think I'll just start from one spot and then try to get better. So it's like once I get my feet set, then I'll see the possibility of maybe trying another spot.
I think that's the perfect way to go. Honestly, that's the wise way to do it. So overall, how is your recruitment going? Are you enjoying this process?
I'll say it's a little bit hectic, as in it went from just zero and absolutely no idea how to talk to coaches to like handling almost 20 schools and like coaches from different schools. So it became hectic because I'm in an academic school. Like people here prep schools and they think it's like, oh, it's a sports school. No, my school is an academic prep school. So it's like it prepares people for like that. People come to my school just to get into the Ivy Leagues. That's what my school is. So it's like the sports is like the back end of it. And I take pride in just having the best grades I can. So I just try to just balance the grades as well as do my workouts and keep the relationship with the coaches.
Wow, man, that's yeah. You got yourself a busy schedule, that's for sure. We've talked a lot behind the scenes, man. It's took a little while for us to make this happen, but I'm glad we finally got a chance to make it happen.
Yes, sir.
What schools have been showing you a lot of love lately?
I mean, right now it's like I've started just narrowing everything down.
Mm-hmm.
So, my final schools that I'm still in touch with, Oregon, UCLA, Michigan, LSU, Miami, Florida. Yeah.
Okay. Have you done any recent visits with any other schools?
Yes, I was just at LSU for my first official visit this weekend.
Okay.
This past weekend, yes. And I have Michigan. I fly out for this weekend to Michigan. Yeah.
How did you enjoy your first official visit?
I would say it's a weekend I'll probably never ever forget. Like because of a lot of things happened. I don't know if I'm allowed to put it out there, but so on the trip, my homestay had a heart attack.
Oh.
So yeah, my homestay family is the family I live with.
Yeah.
Yes, my family's back home. Yeah. So when we got there, he had a heart attack.
Oh.
So I woke up Saturday morning to like a text saying that they rushed him to the hospital.
Oh.
And then I called my mother right after I found the text, and then I got the word that my mother told me she's also not well. So it's like two bad news in one. So it's like it was a very heavy moment for me. Like, so it's like I don't even know how to explain it because it's still something in the back of my mind. But it was a really tough day, and it took they had people like they just had good personnel around at the moment, and then they talked me into just stabilizing everything for me mentally, just so I can go through my day. So till now, today is Wednesday. My homestay is still back in Louisiana. He's still in the hospital. They are trying to stabilize him so that they can move him back. But I had to come back because of my visit to Michigan.
Yeah. Definitely prayers for him, and coming from the entire Canes fan base, definitely. We definitely got his back, and we're hoping nothing but the best for him coming soon. Get well soon.
Yeah.
So, what coaches from Miami have you been talking with? Let's get to the Miami talk here. What coaches from Miami you've been talking with?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody on both sides of the ball. I can't even pinpoint one person.
Wow. So I mean, even Cristobal, head coach.
Everybody.
Okay.
Everybody.
Okay. Coach Field.
Everybody.
Okay, that sounds like everybody then. Yep. If you're in contact with those two guys, man, you're in contact with everybody. How is your relationship with the current staff at Miami?
I'll say probably they are the okay. I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to put the words together. But
That's okay. That's okay.
Amongst all the between all the schools, I think I speak to the most people on the staff from there.
Okay.
Yes. So it's like because there's a lot of them, and then I'm talking to I think, and then it's not like it's a forced conversation with them. It's like I get to know them on a personal level.
Yeah.
So I have good relationship with each one of them.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. I'm glad that they're not just letting you only get to meet a couple coaches. You're getting a chance to meet a lot of the staff, which gives you a better idea of the team as a whole. You know what you're stepping into. So that's fantastic. I'm glad that they've taken you that route. Do you yourself, and you don't have to announce or anything, but do you have a top school list kind of in your own mind? Is it just your official visit schools?
I know my official visit schools is just schools I couldn't really get a chance to actually explore because I went to Michigan unofficially once, but then it was just a short, like a quarter day. I didn't get there early, so I think this visit would just allow me to just see the school and everything around. So it's like my last visit, which is Miami, it will allow me to actually get there for the first time. Not having a family here means I can't like really take unofficial visits when I choose to.
When you talk to the Miami staff, have they said anything about what positions they'd like to see you at, or are they talking about both?
I mean, it's more like they want me as an athlete and primarily like defensive end, but whichever position would make me succeed more is where they'll put me. But primarily with them, it's more of the defensive side of the ball. Yeah.
So Collins, describe your game. What kind of player are you on the football field? I mean, we know you're athletic, you got length, but what kind of player are you? Where do you get the fire to go out there and compete?
Ooh, those are two different questions you just asked. The type of player I see myself as, I'll say the quiet leader.
Yeah.
As in, people wouldn't really see what I'm doing, but I'm actually giving it my all. So when it comes to just taking the stand and leading the guys, I'm ready to be the leader. But if there's a leader already, because every team has their own captain, I'm like the guy who actually support the captain to make sure everything is in check. Because I take pride in just doing everything the best I can. And so if it's like just making sure everyone is in check, I'm doing my job. And you can't also point someone out without doing your job. So I try my best to also do my job first before I open my mouth to tell someone to do their job. So I think that really comes in handy as well as my abilities. And so, I mean, I guess I'm just blessed with just the height, the wingspan, the speed. I think not many people my height can move as fast as I do or can combine the speed as well as the strength. So I just have to just put in the work so I can just utilize both of them the best way possible.
You got that 100% right, Collins. You don't see many guys your size flying around the field like that. It's not normal. It's very rare, but it's why you're such a coveted recruit. Exactly why. So you actually mentioned it here just recently. You're talking about a leadership role. You're moving into a leadership role now as an upperclassman at your school. You said that you're kind of the quiet leader. Is that how you're going to lead? Are you going to lead by example, or are you going to be vocal a little too?
I mean, you have to. It depends. You just have to read the room, see how, because not everyone takes just telling them. Some people would like you to lead first before they follow. So it's a little bit of both. It depends on just the type of people you have in the room. So it's as a leader, I think the first thing you have to do is to serve, and by serving means you have to give out your best every single time. So
yeah. And now, do you have any favorite players, that you look up to in football? I know you're just getting back into it, but any players that you've been studying?
I'll say Myles Garrett because that's the most recent player. Just talking to Coach Rod was the player he gave me. So Myles Garrett, yeah, right now.
And it fits perfect with defensive end for you, honestly. I mean, that's the tape that I would be telling you to watch too. And another one I would say too, if you haven't heard of him yet, is Gregory Rousseau. Have you heard of him?
Yes, I
He
have.
just graduated from Miami recently.
Yeah.
You fit that profile at defensive end too, so definitely watch some of his film. I would. How did you end up at Fairmont? What is it? A preparatory camp or
Academy.
a camp or academy? I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
preparatory academy. How did you end up there?
Oof, that's a long story. So, I mean, where do I start from? I mean, basically, I just wanted out of my country because being the last of my siblings, I really felt kind of like a burden on my mother. My dad passed when I was like 2 or 3, so I just grew up just depending on my mother, and then my mother had to like basically lived on off like loans just to take care of us. That's just the honest truth. So it's like being the last sibling with like the age gap of my sibling really wide. It's like I felt alone, and then there was a lot of pressure because I see my siblings had moved out of the house. I see my mother struggling, going to work every day. She worked over 70 hours. So basically, she was never at home Monday through till Sunday. Even till now, she still works 7 days. So I just wanted out. So just after from when I got like the phone, just learning of how people are in America, like Africans leave to America to play sport, I was like, okay, I want to do that so that I won't have to depend on my mother anymore. But I didn't know how because I was never on any team and I didn't really have the means to. So that's when I just started reaching out to people. So I still have messages from just back then of me trying to reach out. I reached out to every in Instagram, Facebook, like account I could find of basketball.
Yeah.
So Fairmont being an international school, they already had like the home state, like they already had like a whole plan of just bringing international students. So that really made the transition easier because they already had everything in place, the housing, everything in place.
Well, that's great. I mean, that sounds like you ended up at a place that you really kind of needed to be. You kind of had a system around you. You had that family. You had the school that was supporting you. You know, you being from out of the area. So it sounds like you made a very smart choice there.
Oh yes, I mean I didn't really choose. I'll say I was blessed with it because had I ended up somewhere else, I think my developments would have probably gone another way maybe because being a Fairmont meant I have to compete every day in class against just people who are smart up here. And then after school, I get on the basketball and also compete against most athletic people you ever find in California. So it's like I had to put in the work in class and on the field, and I think that's what really helped me.
What kind of mental and physical traits do you think it's important for a defensive end or an edge rusher? You know, what do you feel? You know, like I said, mentally and physically, what are the things that make elite edge rushers or defensive ends?
I think you just have to know yourself better. That's number one. Because once you know yourself, then you know the tools you have that nobody has, and the tools you can use best to your abilities. So with taking me for example, right now I just rely mostly on my speed, but I'm working on skill moves and counter moves, and then counter moves to those counter moves, and it's something that it still needs to be built. So it's more like just having the mindset of you can never stop learning. So just keep building every single day, putting in the work. Even when I feel like I'm good, no, there's still more. I can still do better. So like all I have to do is just keep putting in the work and then just try to learn as much as I can because there are so many things from different people that I can take and then add to my game. Especially now that knowing that I'm not playing high school football, I have to put in probably 2 to 3 times as much work as other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially you want to get to that next level and have success at that next level.
Yeah.
What do you feel your current strengths are on the field? You know, where do you feel that you're really strong at already?
I mean, as a defensive end, just I guess I can do a bull rush because of my size. That's easy, and then I just try to speed rush. I just added some counter moves like the spin move recently, and just learn how to win the battle with my hands. Before it was just off instinct, but right now I'm actually using moves to do that. and then getting my footwork's also right, because it's I mean, basketball gets your feet right, but then football still needs some quick feet and then some precision making.
Definitely.
Precision moves, yeah.
We talked a little while back about you visiting Miami and getting that locked in. Was that date officially locked in?
Yes, that's my last visit.
And that's at the end of this month?
Yes, no, 24th. The weekend
24th.
of 24th, yeah.
Okay. You're going to spend just the entire weekend there?
Yes, that's my OV. Yeah.
Okay. And final OV. I'm glad that we got you for your last OV. That's just something, I just like to get you for the last one there, man.
Yeah.
Before Miami, then what other schools are you going to be visiting?
So right now I'm still in the process of just locking in more visits.
Okay.
So I think right now the only ones I've locked in right now is just the LSU for the first visit. I have Michigan next, and then Miami for the last. So I think I'm gonna fit 2 more visits in between. So I'm just finding just the dates that will work.
Well, just specifically about Miami here. Kind of curious, what are you hoping to see there, or what are you hoping to learn there? From the staff, especially while visiting.
I mean, I think so far I've already seen I've learned a lot from the staff, just them as a person. So it's more like the trip will just make it like give me that experience of just being around the campus, being around the players, getting a taste of how their day is like, where they're doing, how their daily life is like. So I think these trips is just helps me see the environment, and then just prepares me for if that's an environment I want to see myself in. Because I think if once you're prepared and you like the environment, you are successful in an environment you fit better in. I guess let me just put it like that. Yeah. So I think that's what the trip is for, because I think I've already built a great relationship with the staff that I already know what I'm going to get myself into.
I'm curious, do you have anything that you want to study in college?
I think I'm very articulate, so I think I just tend to just move towards communications. But then this past semester at my school, we had an environmental science class, and that really caught my attention, as in just helping the environment, because we just did project upon project and research upon research, and I just found out that human beings are doomed. So it's like just trying to find sustainable ways to save the earth. So yeah, I'll probably look into that as well.
I'm the same kind of person you are, man. I live in nature. I'm surrounded by nature. I live on an island. So, I mean, it's important for us here too, dude. We try to keep it as clean as possible. So what's next for Collins, man? What's coming up next for you that's big?
I think the All-American game.
Okay.
Because I think that will be the showing. Because people have heard a lot, and they are yet to see who I am in an actual game. So I think that's the next big thing before making the transition to college.
Now, in a game like that, that's so big, does it make you a little nervous, or does it make you more excited?
I think more excited, because I know myself and I know how good I am. It's just like I've just been patient, because like when you know how good you are, at least to the level I'm at, and not getting a chance to show people, because it's like I get to see rankings don't matter, but then not playing, I get to assess myself and then just stack myself against the people who play my position and just see where I'm at. And then it's like, okay, put in the work. So in my head, I just stack myself against other people, and then not playing meant I can't really just the rankings, the people who make the rankings just put me below everybody else. But I know myself, because think of it, 6'6", 250, who is very fast and lengthy. Like, I don't have to be that low, but it doesn't really matter. I just want my shot at just succeeding in life. That's the main thing that matters, because every day at the back of my head, it's like, I remember the struggles my mother goes through every day, and that's what fuels me to just do what I'm doing. And I see people like Quitty Pay, who have made it through having that same mentality and just made it. It's like, okay, hopefully I'm also able to make it to provide for my family.
It sounds like you really trust in your abilities.
Yes.
You know what you offer, and you know what you can do, and you know you can do it at a high level.
Yes. I mean,
Well,
I think it's more like I know how good I can be. I just trust the process because I learned football and basketball. I know how growth is like. Just putting in the work will always pay off. It might be slow, but it definitely will. I'm very optimistic like that. And so right now, I just have to surround myself with the best people who will help me achieve those goals I'm trying to attain.
absolutely. Surrounding yourself with a circle and a good circle of people is almost everything going forward, because they will steer you in the right direction, even if you get off course a little bit. So it's very important. I'm glad to hear that you're already prioritizing that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, man, Colin, I got one last question for you here. And this is a question that I ask every single player that we bring onto the show. And since it's going to be a little different for you because you're just starting football back again, but why do you love the game of football?
I think the love started when they pulled me behind the line, and then the coach told me go get the quarterback. And so I didn't know how I was going to get there. It was like just use anything you could. And once I beat the tackle and I go to the backfield, you could see the fear in the quarterback's eyes. Like, oh, you like that. Just that fear alone was like, okay, let's run it back. I did it again. It was like still had the fear. They can't. It was practice. He knows he can't be touched, but he had that fear in his eyes still. And I think that's what sparked the fire that, okay, let's keep on doing this. But that was like way at the beginning before I actually knew what defensive end was. So it took me a while to actually learn. And I think just over the years I've been in the country, I've watched more of the sports. I've done my own research. I've learned a lot. And I think I understand it better now than I did back then.
So what you could say is you love football right now, but you're starting to learn to love it even more as you learn more.
Yes.
That sounds like to me what's going on.
Yes.
Well, Collins, man, I just wanted to thank you here for giving us some of your time. Like I said, we've been trying to get this worked out for a couple of weeks. You know, me and you our schedules have been off, dude. But, man, I'm really glad we had the chance to get this done. And I'm really glad to hear that your last official visit will be at the University of Miami.
Well, thank you for having me.
No problem, man. No problem. Anytime. And I would definitely love to get back in touch with you after your visit if you want to do another interview.
Yes, sir.
All righty then, man. Well, have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
All right, Canes fans. That was 2023 athlete Collins Acheampong. Just a tremendous player, guys. Absolutely tremendous athlete. Very, very, very fortunate for us to get such a skilled player on this show. So thank you guys for tuning in. I know it was a little bit of a late one for you guys being on the East Coast. Me and Collins being West Coast guys, a little different for us here. But you guys on the East Coast, thanks for staying up and tuning in. And it'll also be on the YouTube channel to check out later when you get a chance to. So by all means, check it out and see what Collins has to say. And always, it's all about the U. Go Canes.